All right. Speaking of John Coltrane, I submit this as perhaps the greatest live album in jazz music. Maybe you have a different nominee and you can bring it to me. But this is Jimmy Garrison, Elvin Jones, McCoy Tyner, and John Coltrane. Coltrane's on soprano for a lot of it, which I think is relatively new in his palette at that time. There's something he played a lot for the final third of his career. But the band has all sorts of energy, but is a little more grounded in songs than they would be a couple years later. And I don't know, the power of this record has always stuck with me. And so if you got anything on Live at Birdland, hit me. But it's just one of my favorite records.
Okay, yeah, one of the standout tracks to me, and there's only 5 tracks on here, was Alabama, and it's a really poignant statement, and it was inspired from the tragedy of a bombing of a church in Birmingham, I think, and that resulted in the death of 4 little girls. And it's just a couple of minutes long, but it's just super beautiful. And I think for people that affiliate Train with like just very, tons and tons of notes, and they might find themselves lost in all of the noise from the quartet, whether it's Elvin Jones busy drumming or all the stuff that McCoy Tyner was playing. Train, when he's playing just a melody, you could get a sense of how powerful his commitment to every single note he played was. And for me, that's an access point, because sometimes, I can find myself, like, my attention gets lost listening to some of Train's stuff. And, I feel like it's on me to, like, kind of grow as a listener. It's taken me a long time before I've grown accustomed to a lot of it. But yeah, it's a classic album, and this group with Jimmy Garrison and Elvin Jones and McCoy Tyner was one of the most important groups that jazz has ever seen.
My number one Coltrane performance is him doing his tune Naima. He doesn't even solo on it. Plays the melody, McCoy takes the solo, plays the melody, plays the coda. And yeah, you're right. If you think Coltrane is just sheets of sound, there's a lot more to what he does, or what he did.